If you feel like you're doing everything right, but you're just not closing as many deals as your effort deserves, stop. This is exactly what you're missing. There is a hidden gap between being a great agent and being a master closer. Today, we close that gap once and for all. I'm going to walk you through the full, proven system that top-tier agents use to dominate their markets and win more clients, from the very first hello to the final signature. This isn't about luck or personality, it's about a repeatable process that ensures you stay in the driver's seat of every single transaction. We've broken this down into 3 critical phases. First, we'll establish a foundation of absolute trust within the first few minutes. Then, we'll master conversational control, guiding the client through their own decision-making process without ever appearing pushy. Finally, we'll tackle the art of the close, handling objections with ease and securing the commitment you've worked so hard for. The first few minutes of your call matter more than the next hour combined. This is when the client decides if you are a salesperson or a trusted advisor. Establishing trust starts with active listening. It's about demonstrating that you understand their unique challenges better than anyone else. When you take visible notes, you are validating their concerns. You're showing them that their words are the most important thing in the room right now. True authority doesn't come from talking over people. It comes from showing deep empathy and providing clear professional direction based on what you've heard. Don't pitch yet. Instead, ask something simple but profound, like, based on your current situation, what is most important to you right now? The goal is to let the client define what success looks like in their own words. This gives you the exact blueprint you need to close them later. This discovery phase is where the deal is actually won. If you don't know their why, you'll never be able to justify the how of your service. Remember this, great agents don't talk more, they guide better. Your value is in your ability to navigate the complexity for them. Shift from a salesperson mindset to a consultant mindset. You are a navigator, and the client is looking to you to find the safest, most efficient path. Your job is to maintain the structure of the conversation. If it wanders, gently bring it back to the client's core goals and the next logical step. Watch for buying signals. They often start as small, micro commitments. A client will tell you they're ready through their questions and their tone. Pay close attention to shifts in their language. When they stop saying if and start saying when, that's your cue that the mental sale has happened. Look for emotional cues. Relief, excitement, or even a sudden quietness can indicate they've reached a decision point. Your job is to recognize it and lead. When they start asking about specific logistics, like timelines or paperwork, don't just answer the question. Use it as a bridge to the close. In negotiation, silence is a tool of power. Sometimes the most effective thing you can say after a recommendation is absolutely nothing. Give them the processing gap they need. If you speak too soon, you're likely to offer an unnecessary concession just to fill the awkward space. Standing comfortably in silence demonstrates your confidence in your value. It forces the other person to reflect and give a more honest response. When a client says, "I need to think about it," don't see it as a no. See it as a request for more clarity. Use the clarify, solve, repeat framework. Ask, "I understand." Usually when people need to think about it, it's because they're unsure about the price, the timing, or the plan. Which one is it for you? Once you've identified the specific concern, solve it directly. Your goal isn't to win an argument, it's to provide the certainty they need to move forward. If the objection is about a spouse, don't push back. Say, "That makes total sense. Would it be helpful if we all connected together to go over this?" Your role is to facilitate agreement between all decision makers. By offering to join the conversation, you ensure your value proposition isn't lost in translation. Follow-up shouldn't be about checking in. It should be about adding value. Ask, "What thoughts or questions have you had since we last walked through the plan?" Persistence without purpose is annoying. Persistence with purpose is professional. Always provide a new insight or piece of data with every touch point. Never leave a conversation without a clear, mutually agreed upon next step. This keeps the momentum alive and prevents the deal from falling into the stall zone. In insurance, deals don't die, they stall. And once they stall, they get cold. Your job is to keep the energy and momentum moving forward at all times. Identify where the friction is. Is it a lack of information, a fear of the market? Addressing the friction is the only way to restart a stalled deal. When it's time to close, be direct. Based on everything you've shared with me today, here is the exact strategy I recommend to get you the results you want. Your confidence in your recommendation is what gives the client the confidence to say yes. If you hesitate, they will hesitate. Lead with certainty. Here is the biggest secret to closing: build a massive pipeline. If your entire month depends on one single deal closing, the client will feel your desperation. When you have an abundance of opportunities, you naturally speak from a position of strength and value. That energy is what actually attracts more clients. You don't need to fill every gap with words. The most powerful thing you can do after a proposal is to sit in the silence and let them be the first to speak. Take just one technique we've covered today and implement it on your very next client call. Don't wait until you've mastered it all. Just start with one. Mastering these skills is what separates the top 1% from everyone else. Good luck out there, and I'll see you in the next training.